Hello and welcome. It's LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. We are once again inside the Sister Sense circle. Today, what I am going to do is encourage you to finish this year strong so you can start the next one even stronger. I wouldn't be me if I didn't jump on here and share some strategies when it comes to your end of year bucket list. So, without further ado, what we're going to do is jump into our agenda for today. Essentially, what I want to do is challenge you to really get clear and intentional around your end of year goals. For me right now, it's all about the three E's when it comes to finishing strong, creating a space where you can elevate your business, expand your business, and enhance the experience others have when they interact with you and, of course, your business too. So, in order for you to work on these three E's when it comes to your end of year, what I want to do today is actually challenge you around thinking about those irresistible offers, that I'm always talking about that you should be developing, around thinking about how you're going to either start or continue to produce better digital content, around thinking about your holiday sales solutions, and of course, strategically selling on social. So these are a couple of things that we are going to dive into today. And as we go through today's session, definitely feel free to check in with me, whether it be via the chat or unmuting yourself. Now, those of you who are catching me on the replays aside, you can always go over to sistersense.com and leave me a voice message. Click that voice message button on the right side of the Sister Sense website. I was about to say on the gray side. On the sistersense.com website, click the gray tab on the right. There we go. That's what I'm used to saying. And of course, also making sure that you can check in with us in the Facebook group over at firestarters.sistersense.com. So hopefully you are in a quiet place. You have a notebook, or you go over to docs.google.com so that you can create a brain dump finish strong doc and essentially dive into all the goodies that we are going to talk about today. Okay? So let's do it. Now, the first thing that I want to do is jump right into breaking down the EOY end of year challenge. First thing, who, what, and when. Okay? Now, all of these are multifaceted. Let's talk about who. When it comes to the last few weeks of the year, I want you to think about who you want to work with, right? Could be collaborations, partnerships, accountability, all the things, right? Who do you want to work with, number one? Who do you want to create offers for, number two? Who are you looking to attract? Who are you looking to sell to? I want you to think about your who's, okay? The people down in Whoville. This is the time of year we talk about Whoville, right? You know what? It's Friday. I might, when I wrap up, go watch my favorite, The Grinch, the Jim Carrey edition of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. But it's all about the who's for me, okay? When it comes to finishing strong, I don't want to say I don't care, but there are just so many things that could have gone yay or nay, right? At this point, I don't care how it went. If you can end the year off on a solid note, being able to attract and or work with one, two, more than a few people that you really wanted to connect with, I don't care how many months went past, there's nothing like the feeling of accomplishment of getting the things done that you wanted to at some point, right? At some point, there are some things that you wanted to do, even if it took you getting all the way to this point, right? There's nothing like that gratification of, finally making things happen. So when it comes to, hey, I see you guys are coming on in here. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Yandel. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Andrea. As you guys are coming on in here, the first thing we're talking about today is your end of year challenge. Who, what, and when, right? So who do you want to create content for? Who do you want to work with and or collaborate with? That's the first one, number one. Number two is all about what, okay? So when it comes to you and the things that you do, what are you trying to get done by the end of the year? What are you trying to get done? What are you trying to sell? What are you trying to accomplish? Now, as I go through these questions, this is kind of like a one-on-one clarity with me, but more like a one-to-many because we're doing this as a group, right? Thinking about creating this time and this space right now to perhaps get clearer around things that you know you want to get clearer around. You just haven't quite done it either at all or to the capacity that you want to, right? Which is why I wanted to do this conversation with you, or rather have this conversation with you. So finish strong, start stronger. I've been doing this for, I don't know, maybe 5 years now, 5+ years, obviously, so that I can create a space to really help people, as I like to say, not just bounce back, but bounce forward, right? And quite a few of you really enjoyed the holiday sales session we had this year. So I said, you know what, no, I'm not going to wait until we get into the annual planning conversation in a few weeks. I would have jumped into this finish strong conversation with you right now, right? I'm sharing this because when it comes to finishing strong, right, I want you to not only think about who you want to work with, but on a deeper level, what do you want to do on a meaningful, impactful level to really support the people that you are trying to serve? Because listen, for real, today it's all about the holiday sales. I mean, it's been that way all week, but today it's been like ping, 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 ping. The inboxes are pinging all day, right? People are putting out so much, they're sharing so much. The competition is redonkulous. It's not even ridiculous. It is redonkulous, right? How do you stand out? How do you hit? How do you resonate? You got to sit with self and get deeper about, are you being helpful? What are you going to do to really help the people you wish to serve? So even something like this, doing a pop-up, doing a webinar, creating spaces for people to kind of virtually get away from all of the outside things to get clear about the kind of things that they would do in connection to you, that is something that is helpful, right? How can you help the people you wish to serve? What can you put together for them, right? Especially when it comes to creating experiences for your audience in a virtual space. Hey, welcome, welcome. Dawn is in the virtual building. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you here, my dears. I'm back. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, as Dawn and all of y'all are coming on in here, again, the first thing that we're doing this evening when it comes to finishing strong is thinking about who, what, and when, right? So when it comes to all the things around the who and the what, when are you actually going to do these things? Creating a tentative schedule for yourself, for me, is where the magic happens. And we're going to talk about being in a place where you got so much going on, even when you create a schedule, it doesn't quite work out the way you would like to perfectly. I'm going to talk to you about effective starting points when it comes to productivity, but we'll do that in just a second. So when it comes to the end of year challenge, let's talk offers, okay? So number one, holiday offers. Holiday offers. Early Black Friday, actual Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and beyond, right? We kicked off this conversation a few days ago when we had our part 2 of the holiday sales session. Let's continue this process, right? For some of you, this is an opportunity to dig deeper. For some of you who missed our previous conversations this past week, it's a great starting point, right? So what are you trying to put out there either as holiday offers, number one, but number two, that might not be feasible for some of you. And quite a few ladies really enjoyed the fact that in our last session I said, listen, the things that I've been saying right now, especially hosting my Fresh Start 90-day program, is that your fresh start starts now. I don't want you to sit and feel consumed with regret if you either let time go by or it was out of your control and things happened. That's okay. Outside of the current holiday sales promotions, you can work on end-of-year sales offers, number one. You could think about pre-sale offers for the new year, number two. And, of course, even beyond pre-sale offers, those things that you plan on launching between January and February. What do those things look like for you? Okay? So think about those offers as well as orders and investments. I wouldn't be me if I didn't add that on as well, because as a solopreneur business owner, especially during the holiday season, people are spending. So, of course, you want to be making, right? But at the same time, if there are certain things that you need to elevate, expand, and enhance your business, this might be the best time of year to get those resources just because of the promotions that are happening now, right? So my CEO, my AKA my mini me, he got some Beats headphones today, right? And he was hemming and hawing about it, but I was like, listen, dude, they are $199, right? And they're about to be $199 as soon as this promotion ends. Do you really want it? He's like, yes. So I said, okay, go get it. Okay. If you want it now, get it now, right? Because it is something that is, right, CEO, little, not so little anymore, CEO, right? Being in a place where if there are things that you need, now is probably the best time to get the best budget-friendly solutions for those things so that you can lock in those resources that you want at a price point that you can afford. So I would, beyond thinking about those irresistible offers that you want to produce for your audience, I would make a short list of irresistible offers when it comes to things that you want to order and invest in between now and the end of the year, okay? That's important as well because, again, sometimes we blink and then all of a sudden we're in a new week, a new month, a new quarter, and then we're going, oh my gosh, I totally missed opportunities to fill in the blank, all the things, right? Why? Because life is lifing. So this is us pausing, taking an opportunity to get clear, to get intentional, and think about those things that either you want to produce or you want to invest in to expand, enhance, and elevate your business. Okay? So we're going to dig deeper in today's conversation, but this is the first place that I wanted us to be. I wanted to challenge you to create a space, if you haven't already been thinking about this, to dig into your offers and your orders. Okay? Number one. Number two, where are you going to start? Right? A lot of people get overwhelmed with the process because there are all the things that you could possibly do in the process of producing your offers and developing all these things. So I wanted to give you some starting points. As number one, a mommy. So, obviously when you have people who are dependent upon you, right? Whether it be your partner, your spouse, your kids, your parents, etc. There's a lot that you've got to do. And so as both a mom and a service professional who I'm not just doing my stuff, I'm working on stuff for other people, I've always got to figure out what's the most realistic starting point. And when you're in a space where holiday sales are happening, everybody's selling stuff, you want to jump in on the bandwagon, you got stuff to do for other people or stuff to do for your kids and all the things, that rush energy is for real, right? The rush energy, the regret feelings, all the things. So we want to be intentional. How can we do that? Here are some realistic starting point strategies for you to consider. Now, some of you may not need this, but for those of you who struggle when it comes to being overwhelmed or finding the time to do the things that you need to do because you feel like it's crunch time and there's not enough time to get it all done, let's talk about that. Okay? Number 2. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to see here is my ABC method to content creation, which is audios, books, and then classes, right? So some of you go, man, I want to create this big, elephantastic, larger-than-life project, this life, big old product. And you were like, man, I didn't get this thing done a month ago, a week ago. I didn't get it done quarter 1, quarter 2. I'm rushing. What can I do, right? Well, for me, I start with my ABCs. A lot of times, if it's something that I know I want to produce, but it's really big and I may not have the time to put all the pieces together, I will start with audio because I can literally map out an outline and then hit record to at least get the audio piece out of me, number 1. Number 2, you can then move forward into a book, which is what I tend to do. There are different types of books you can produce. A few examples would be a low-content book, like a workbook to complement your audio, number 1. A starter guide where you can paraphrase some of the things in the audio content, number 2. And for me, when it comes to this whole concept of developing books, right, around your content, at this point, you could even use AI to assist you, whether it be using AI tools to transcribe the audio so that you can edit that audio and have that in written format, or using AI-assisted tools to help you actually write out the content that you've outlined, right? And I have clarity calls with clients on Wednesdays, and I was talking to a client about her project, and we literally laid it out this way, right? So that she has a map of the things that she wants to produce and being able to have some of those pieces in a starter audio format, and then the ebook version would be written pieces of what is in that audio content, right? I did a training with you all a few days ago, and I talked about different holiday marketing irresistible offers, and one of them was PDF to pop-up. And I said some of you may have planners or workbooks, things that you've already put together, right? And you're like, what could I sell now? What could I produce now? Oh, what could I present now? You could do a whole training on what you put in that PDF, that workbook, that planner. Turn that PDF into a pop-up. Bam, you've got a real-time virtual event that you can monetize, that you can sell, produce now, package now, promote now, profit now, present later, but without the headache of, because trust me, I know it can be a headache to, kind of like the concept of what you want to present, but you don't have all your presentation slides together, right? Now, if you pull your content from a PDF, from a workbook, from a planner that you've already put together, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, right? So if you're looking for starting points when you think about your projects, these big elephantastic tasks you're trying to produce, maybe you might want to do LaShonda's ABC method, right? Try to get some of that out of you in audio format, then maybe paraphrase it and paraphrase. I don't know, paraphrase it in the form of an ebook starter guide, a low content book, get it transcribed. You have options, right? As far as what's feasible to you. And then you can lead a class, you can lead a pop-up where you're essentially teaching and pulling components from that content, okay? Now, as I go through these, let me know if any of these are helpful to you and if you have any questions for me, okay? Now, this is one of the ways that you can work on starting points when it comes to some of these products or projects you want to work on for the end of the year. ABC content creation number 1, kick off content number 2, okay? Some of you are ready. You're super ready to put some stuff out there, but you're either gun shy because you don't know if people are going to take a liking to it, or like you feel like it's going to take you forever to put all the parts together. So when we did our holiday sales training, one of my recommendations was pre-sale offers. Pre-sell it, right? Put it out there, see what people think about it, get some money in, get some engagement in, then build from there, right? You can easily start off with covers and conversations, especially if you've got some of my templates, right? And you want to do like an ebook or a workbook or something of that nature. You can put your cover graphic together, go a step further, turn it into some sort of a digital product mock-up, and then start a conversation. Hey, look at this fill in the blank thing that I'm currently working on. What are your thoughts? Is this something that you would be interested in? Blah, 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 ... right? Here's the link, by the way, if you want to sign up to it to get access to it, early register for it, early pre-order, all the things, right? So even without starting the first word or the first paragraph or recording the first audio, you could kick off selling your next offer with just a solid cover and initial conversations on your social media platforms, right? Especially those of you who are looking to sell on social, you want to be able to produce something new. Perhaps you don't have the time or you don't quite know if that thing is something that people may be interested in. You want to get some kind of feedback. Number 2 might be an option for you. All right. So definitely check in with me and let me know your thoughts on these starting points, okay? This is for my busy mommies and entrepreneurs with full schedules, right? You are trying to work on your end of year goals. You got a lot going on. How can you feasibly get some of these big elephantastic tasks done? ABC method number 1, kick off content number 2, crazy good calendars number 3. We are right now inside of the Fresh Start 90-day program. I can't believe that it's almost done. We've got about 2 or 2.5 more weeks of the program for this cycle. And one of the things that we've been doing is the Setup for Sales 7-day challenge, so that over the course of 7 days, we can work on a $7 digital product, right? And with that challenge, as with many of the things that I do, I have my P methodology, right? The P methodology that you see here. We work on prepping, and then from there, we go into the product production process. Once the product has been produced, then we publish, promote, and even pre-sale if it's not quite done, but you want to put it out there, right? So think about, maybe can you calendar set dates as far as breaking down for yourself when you're going to do different parts of the process to get your project done, off the ground, and put it out there. Okay? So that's number 3. Number 4, explore your macro projects. Things that you know are going to take you a couple of weeks or perhaps a couple of months to produce, and you're like, man, I really, really, really want to get this done by the end of the year, or I really want to have this ready for the start of the year, but man, I don't know. I was talking to a client. She was like, LaShonda, am I doing too much? I said, if you are asking me if you're doing too much, you're doing too much. If you think you're doing too much, maybe you're doing too much, okay? Anyone here have macro projects, like really big stuff, and you really wish in the heart of hearts that you can get this thing done within the next couple of weeks, but it's a little bit touch and go for you? Just curious, okay? Just curious, okay? Too much. Now, here are some starting points that I have integrated, that I teach, that I coach my clients. Number 1 is sample size, right? So one of my clients, we were talking a few weeks ago, and she's like, LaShonda, I need to get this done. My birthday's in December. My mom, I'm going to be visiting her. And I said, okay, well, let's look at the big picture, the big product, the big project, number 1, and let's pull out a sample size version that you can produce, number 2. So, for example, I remember the year that I launched my Bright Colors magazine, and I was like, I saw the vision of the magazine. Not only did I see it, I wanted to see the first 3 issues, right? I just needed them to be done, physical, and in my hand. But it was a lot to do on top of all the other things that I was doing. And so once I had mapped out all of what I wanted in each issue, and they were really big, I said to myself, I'm going to create sample sizes of each of these. It's going to allow me to, quench this appetite in me that wanted to see it completed and done. But it's going to also create a space where I don't have to overwhelm myself, because I know I can't realistically get these all 3 done in X time frame the way I wanted them to originally. I think a sample size will still appease me and help me move forward, right? So some of your elephantastic, very, very big macro projects, you can turn into a micro project. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you saw, I do have the productivity guide with several micro projects that you should be working on to help you work on your productivity goals. If you go over to citizensense.com/stay productive, you can download that guide. Several micro projects. I actually have 72 that I plan on releasing. Right now, I've got half of them out in the current guide. And that's a perfect example. When I released the micro projects guide, number 1, it was because one client in particular said, LaShonda, you've been talking about micro projects for like the whole month. Do you have like a list of them so I can just kind of go through all of them? I was like, say less, I got you. So I just kind of went and itemized and got all of them in the list. But with my schedule, I wasn't able to put all of them, not just on a list, but in a very thoughtful starter guide, which is what I wanted. And so I took half of them and put it out there with the goal of releasing the second half later. And that is a sample size strategy that I integrate into my business all the time so that I can appease the beast within, because we all have it. Y'all have it. That thing inside of you that must release now, must finish now. You know, that beast inside of you. Make a sample size version of the thing so at least you can put something out there and then go from there, right? Now, the other solution is a real-time series. A real-time series. So one of the questions I said to you all a few minutes ago was, you're going into the end of the year, you want to finish strong. Who do you want to help, and what can you do to create something that is helpful and impactful for those people. Okay? Several ladies in the last few weeks have said to me they either want to work on their current brand or work on rebranding. And energetically, it was absolutely divine right timing because I had already planned on doing Brand You this month. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to release the Brand You bundle, number one, but there were some pieces within the bundle that I wanted to update. At the time, though, I was like, okay, LaShonda, you really don't have the time to sit down and record updated versions of these things. I said, okay, I got you. I'm going to do the Brand You Bootcamp. I'm going to add that onto my offer as a bonus. And for 4 weeks, I will once a week, every Thursday, literally we're doing it now, share updated aspects of branding that otherwise I just didn't have the time in my schedule to immediately add to that bundle. Guess what? We are on the 4th week. That's going to be next week, Thursday, for Brand You, the boot camp. It's attached to the Brand You bundle, and I was able to take this macro project of updating that bundle with new things, but doing it in a way that made sense to me. So, for example, I always have things that I want to teach you all, and I may find that it's easiest to do maybe a 6 to 12 week program so I can break it up into pieces. I always love to say a little by little, a little becomes a lot. And for my high achievers who have high expectations of themselves, if you find that you can't find the time to do all the things you want to do in one felt swoop or over the course of one weekend, break it up into a real-time series, okay? Now, as you're looking at this list and you're thinking about your end-of-year projects, my objective is that here is something that you can find to help you with a realistic starting point. Because, baby, us women, we women the hell out of some shit. Listen, I feel like sometimes, don't tell them I said this. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. But sometimes men want like a ticker tape parade for doing the least but feeling like they did the most, and do not realize that for every 2 things they do, we already got 20 things done. Like, just keeping it real, you know? And I can tell you from personal experience, being someone who is a sedentary creature who does a lot of digital, a lot of people might look at it and say, well, you know, you sat here all day. What did you do? Oh, I did a whole lot. I did a whole lot. There's so many different things that we can do. And because of that, as women, we tend to think that we should take on 10 times more that we're already doing, right? So if you find yourself in a place where you genuinely want to finish strong, maybe some of you want to bounce back or bounce forward, and you've got the rush energy or the regret energy, I want you to be able to find a strategy here to help you get to your next best starting point, right? I'm going to tell you, like I tell all the ladies in Fresh Start, your fresh start starts now. Independent of whatever happened yesterday, the day before, the month before, the year before, to explore what you can do better moving forward, you have to create a space where you're not overwhelming yourself and then beating yourself up for the things that you couldn't do, meeting those ridiculously high expectations that you put on you. Nobody else told you that you needed to do 15 things by tomorrow except for you. Okay? So, micro projects from macro projects, either sample size or real time. Jumpstart. How can you get a jump start on your projects without feeling like it's just too much, too fast, not enough time? Number one, repurpose content. I do Finish Strong, Start Stronger as something that I integrate in very different ways every single year, right? I've done the 100-day challenge. I've done 7-day challenges. I've done 1-day webinar workshops like this one right here. I've done various versions of Finish Strong over the years. But guess what? Doing this pop-up, I could just pop up on you because I already have my Finish Strong webinar presentations in my Canva library, right? Some of y'all want to do some new things, but they're not entirely new. I encourage you to build on what you've already built. What can you repurpose and integrate into the things you're trying to produce? Number one. Number two, templates. If you don't know, now you know. One of my favorite acronyms that I produced was FAST, my FAST method to content creation: formulas, automation, systems, and templates. Baby, I repurposed these presentation slides. Now, the stuff that's in it is new from what was in it previously, but I didn't have to start from scratch because the foundation was already done. Number two, I already had the template that I could make a copy of, and then, as I like to say, keep it popping, keep it pushing, keep it moving, right? PLR. Now, I have been creating templates for many years now, and while I've been aware of PLR for many years now, I've never really done much with it, and I think that it's time, because one of the things that I said to you all is, how can you help your people in a very impactful way? I hear often people say to me, oh my gosh, Lashonda, I love your template. I put in my design. It's okay, but it doesn't look like yours. I got you. I'm going to do it for you. Oh my God, Lashonda, it would be so great if you could help me with da-da-da-da, right? Fill in the blank. Private label rights content allows you to get a jump start, because there are always components of it that are either completely done or at least done enough so that you don't feel like you're starting from scratch, right? Any of you have invested in PLR content before? To be honest with you, I got one thing this year that was PLR, and that was the first time in my 20-plus years of business I've invested in a PLR product. I have not even used it. But it was cool to get it. I do have some intention of integrating it into my offers next year. But it's for me, it was also kind of market research, because I'm hoping to get into putting my own PLR content out there. But that's something to think about, right? As a side note, if you are trying to get your stuff out there. Now, I don't know how many of you are familiar with PLR, private label rights content. It's basically you being able to get things that are completely done, and you have the right to sell that content, rebrand it to look like yours, and sell it without having to give anything to the person you bought it from, because when you bought it, a part of what you were buying was the right to resell it as your own, provided you modify it to match your brand and you're not just simply selling the original thing. Now, there are some private label rights or master rights, where master resale rights, where you could just sell it simply as is, but many of them encourage you to modify it to some capacity, so you're just not putting the same thing out that everybody else does, right? And or a collaboration where you are essentially working with other people on the project. Either you have people helping you finish it, or it's a project that you're doing and co-creating with other people. These are ways to jumpstart your productivity, so you don't feel like, oh my gosh, there's so many things that need to be getting done. When am I going to get all of these things created? Okay? So, I share this with you because, again, as a mom, as a service professional, I do a lot for different people, for myself, for my kid, and you got to figure out how to make the time work for you. Otherwise, you're just going to continue to struggle to get things done. And, hon, I'm all about starting and finishing your projects. So the last thing that I'm going to say here when it comes to starting points is task analysis. And when I say that, I want you to, hey, Tasha, I said in the very beginning, welcome to those of you who are just coming on in here. The first thing I said was I challenge you, if you really want to finish this year strong, I need you to think about your end-of-year offers. I need you to think about who you want to work with, what you're planning on sell, when these deadlines are for yourself, right? What you want to invest in. Get clear about that, number one. But number two, if you have that rush energy inside of you where you legit know you got so much on your plate, even though you want to do these things, you don't feel confident enough in yourself that you're really going to finish them, well, let's get realistic. Let's get practical. What's actually feasible for you to complete within the next few weeks, perhaps going into the first few weeks of the new year, right? So the task analysis is once you identify these things you're trying to accomplish, right? What can you do? What are those things that you go, how am I going to do this, and that, right? Now, the deal with the how is if you take those letters and you switch them around, you get who. So you don't need to figure out how to do everything. Some of those things you could have other people who are specialists who can do it for you, right? Those things ultimately, when you look at the how and the who, allow you to identify what you're going to do versus what you're going to delegate. So I'm going to actually go over to Chrome real quick. And I'm going to go to Remarkable Living Institute, one of my clients, Cynthia White, .com/Black Friday. All right. So the end of year is when Cynthia has several events for her community here in North Carolina. And I was supporting her. I've been supporting her, just kind of getting different sales pages and things done. She just finished her Remarkable Woman Conference, very successful. She was very happy about that last week. And so she came back and said, okay, LaShonda, I want to early bird sell next year's event, okay? And we have standing calls every Wednesday at 10 a.m. So she's like, I talked to you at Wednesday next week. I was like, okay, but I don't think you're on the calendar. She's like, I need you to put me on the calendar for forever. So I said, I got you. So she's on the calendar again for 10 a.m. next Wednesday. But during our 60-minute session, she said to me, I do want to have a Black Friday reduced rate promotion for early registering for the conference, and I want them to be able to pay either a one-time fee or to have a payment plan option, right? And so I was like, okay, well, let's do it. I said, I got to get ready for the turkey day. But let me just knock out some of these sales pages for you right now. And I did that in about, I think maybe a third of our session, about 15 to 20 minutes, was just kind of knocking out this part for her. I say that to say, she's like, real talk, I could, but it's so much faster and easier for you to do it for me. How versus who? You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes you need somebody else to sit there and kind of hear you, support you, help you talk it out. And we did a lot of, which we do every week, just kind of talking out some of these things that she's trying to work on. And then me offering assistance, breaking things down, number one, but then also being able to add that tech support piece. Like for some of you, you've been like, LaShonda, you could knock this damn page out in 30 minutes. And I've been doing it for 3 days and I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to a starting point or propelling yourself forward at a rate that is going to work for you, right? You got to think about your task analysis, what you can realistically do, how you're going to do those things, and some of those things, please just replace the how with somebody else who can do it for you, okay? So we have talked about, number one, your end-of-year challenge, which is first to make note of those offers, orders, and investments that you want to work on in the next couple of weeks, number one. Number two, I talked to you about your starting points, how you're realistically going to do this at a pace that makes sense for you. Looking at this list, does anyone see anything here that makes sense for them? So, for example, if you're trying to put together a book, low content ebook, maybe you want to work on designing the cover, getting the cover up, getting some pre-sales, starting conversation. So even if the book is not even done yet, you're moving forward with that, right? Some of you, maybe you have a macro project. You're trying to put together a course, and it's like, man, it's kicking my behind, LaShonda. I can't find time to record this course. Maybe you want to do a sample size, and instead of doing the course, do a class. Or break the course up into something that you can record little by little, week by week, so you have several weeks to get the bigger picture done, okay? What are some things here that you go, man, this is really a solid recommendation. I feel like I can breathe and move forward. Now, I don't know if you all were here. Some of you were here when we had our holiday sales mastermind about 2-3 days ago. And I said, are y'all ready? Are you ready for the holiday season? Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. Are y'all ready? Who's been selling? Say me. Have you been selling, yes or no? Or rather, yeah, I would like to see a yes or no so I can see who's selling or not selling during this Black Friday holiday sales, all the sales situation. Anybody selling, anybody not selling, right? One of the things that I said during our holiday sales mastermind a few days ago was the last month of the year is, for many businesses on average, the most successful month, the most highest growth month, because this is when people are spending, right? So, number one, if you are able to proactively start selling now, wonderful, but guess what? If not, are you in a position to, if not number one, start selling now for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all the things. Number two, can you prepare for December? Can you prepare for putting some things out by the end of the year? If not, baby, number three, can you start to pre-sale, prep those things that you want to release in January, February? So you're giving yourself more time. And quite a few of my clients said, LaShonda, I thank you so much for that. I feel like I can breathe because I just anxiety and frustration and unexpected delays, and I had intention. I don't think I'm going to be able to do Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that stuff, but thank you, because now I'm going to just put all of that energy into getting ready for number two, the end of the year, or number three, the new year. Whether you start to pre-sale your new year offers now or you intentionally prepare them so you're ready to launch them come January 1st, right? So drop a 1, 2, or 3. So out of curiosity, I can see if 1, you are rocking and rolling and knocking out your holiday sales promotions as we speak, number 1. Number 2, you're going to take your energy to finish strong and prepare for those things you want to put out there by the end of the year. Or number 3, whether it be pre-sales or New Year sales, you're going to intentionally take this energy to work on your New Year offers. 1, 2, or 3, drop one of those into the chat for me. And like I said, if you're in a place where you are feeling rushed or some anxiety around getting some of those bigger projects done, can you find any of these starting point recommendations useful to you? Okay. Now, let me pause for a second because I see quite a few of you in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Those of you who are just coming on in here. Let's see. All right, so not yet. Prepping for December, prepping for the 24th. Let's see, 2, 2. I see some 1s, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, come through, Rhonda. 3, some 3s. So getting ready, Dawn. Getting ready, Tina, for January. Hey, Faye's all about number 2. I see you working on December. Okay, so this is about, again, where are you going to put your energy? A lot of people are in a place where, again, I cannot say this enough, they are feeling either regret from not being able to have done all the things they wanted to do this year, or not having enough completed by this point at this point this year. Regret can take up a lot of energy. We're not about that life, right? And then number two, there are people out there who got that rush energy. Oh, my damn. What can I put out today? Oh, my damn. We don't want regret. We don't want rush energy. We want strategy and intention. So if you can take that energy and focus on things that you can work on within the next few weeks and or months, better time served, okay? Better time served. So I am going to share a few things that can help support you. Let's talk about some possible projects. Okay, this list is full, okay? Not for you to do all the things, but you know me, to find at least one thing. The first thing for me, it's all about the daily deals. Now, right now, obviously, there are special days, so you can do Black Friday the day, right? Some people have been doing like a Black Friday week and just kind of extending it, early Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. So just working on deals specific to those days, number one, or just sharing daily deals, number two. I have a training, and it's on 12 ways to do the 12 days of Christmas, okay? That training is inside the Sister Sense Circle. So those of you in the circle, if you want to find the 12 days to do the 12 ways of Christmas, just check in with me and I'll let you know. So Sister Sense Circle, when you log in, you go to that section of the Digital Boss Academy. You should be able to find it, but again, if you can't find it, let me know. Those of you who are not in the Sister Sense Circle, that is basically my monthly mentorship and accountability community. Just like we're doing today practically every single week, I got stuff going on inside this is a Sense Circle. If you're not in it, you might want to get in it now before my holiday sales promotions end. And as of now, it is $47 versus $97 if you want to lock in that $50 discount. You can learn more about that at sistersense.com/circle. It's basically an opportunity to get access to the monthly and weekly webinars, pop-ups, virtuals, experiences that I do for you, so you always have a space to go to when it comes to working on your digital business. Now, daily deals, right? That's something obviously you can do right now based on the days that we just talked about. But one of the things I talked about a few days ago was do 12 days of Christmas, right? So if you can't prep for now, prep for then. Excuse me. So outside of doing just like a holiday-specific daily deals, you could just drop daily deals whenever you want to, right? So one of the things that I dropped very recently, and I'm going to, as I go through these, I want you to think about ones that resonate with you, number one. And number two, as I go through these, if you have any questions for me, feel free to check in, okay? So one of the things that I love to do is to develop websites, right? That's my love language. I build websites. And I always love to find creative ways to share what I am doing with my audience. You know, I oftentimes will create PDF documents to show you my deals, right? And I actually have a Canva version of my 12 days of Christmas deals. I want to see if I can find that for you. But before I do, I'm going to take you over to sistersense.com/daily deals. This is the newest good, okay? So if you see at the top, it says sistersense.my.canva site. Yes, boo. This is a Canva website. How many of you know that you can build web pages in Canva? It's been a feature for a while, but they have been really getting better at making the websites more responsive, easy, searchable on Google and other search engines. They've really upped it. The beta was okay. The new features are even better. So I'm definitely going to be revving up my efforts when it comes to creating new Canva websites as part of my brand you. Now, this I built in Canva, number one. Number two, I created multiple sections so that it can basically house a lot of the things that I want people to see, right? I built this, by the way, full disclosure, looking at the trending companies that I use as a consumer, the big names that I go to every single day, their holiday sales promotions, their virtual circulars, looking at that and going, I want something like that for my audience, right? And so I created it, number one, but then I actually built it out as a template, number two. So if you were to go over to this New Deals template, you can download it and build out this page for yourself. One of the ladies in the circle, I think it was it Andrella? She was like, listen, you need to get your foot off of our necks because this template is absolutely amazing, right? So I want you to think about those of you who are looking to strategically promote some things either within this holiday sales period, number one. I bought it today. I love it. Either this holiday period, number one, or getting ready for the end of year holidays, number two. Is this something that you may want to use? Now, the deal with this is you could use as many or as little of the pages in here as you want. I think it has somewhere between 8 to 10 sections. You don't have to use all of them. So, for example, you can use these sections to drag and drop photos. Like I have like my Black Friday photo, and if you click on it, it's going to take you over to see my Black Friday promotion, right? Or you can add YouTube videos. YouTube, like literally, add your YouTube videos. It's clickable, right? People can click and play your content directly inside of your Canva website. Now, here's the deal. You cannot do like an email landing page, okay? Or you cannot directly sell products in your Canva website. But you can link to external pages, which is what I've done. You can embed your videos, link to external pages, and use this to quickly create something that you don't need WordPress, you don't need Shopify, you don't need Squarespace, you don't need me, baby, once you have the template, okay? So I'm going to share a couple of daily deal ideas for those of you who have products or can quickly produce products. What are some things that you may want to consider, okay? Now, the first thing here you're going to see is 50% off. One of the things I love about selling digital products is, guess what? It's digital. So unlike physical stuff where you can only go but so low before you have to take a hit on cutting into your profit because you have to actually cover the cost of the physical product, with digital, once it's done, it's done. You could drop it as low as you want. So when you think about your holiday sales, do you have some things that you can offer some really good discounts on, number one, right? People are looking for some good deals. So I saw a meme, and as a matter of fact, let me see if I can find it real quick. It was absolutely hilarious in the last couple of days. And I feel like I took a screenshot of it, but let me see if I can find it really quickly. Okay, so it says, unless I see was the $6,700, now $18.75, I'm not interested in no Black Friday. This is hilarious. This person is looking like for the deepest of discounts, $6,700 down to $18.75. But they're not for play. They for real. Folks are looking for the deal of deals, right? So where can you create something that's going to give people your best, but not to the detriment of you? Where either it's a service and you do it too much and then you're going to get angry because you gave them too much for too little, or it's a physical product and you do it too much because you deep discounting something that you know you cutting into your profit because you're trying to compete with big boys that they get this stuff for cents on the dollar. You can't do either, right? But you got to think about the deep discounts that can work for you, number one. Number two, let's take a look at this Black Friday deal right quick. I'm going to tell you some of the things that this thing includes, okay? Number one, I believe at the end of the day that confused buyers don't buy, something that you've probably heard me say before. Confused buyers don't buy, okay? So if you're in a place where you know that you want to sell quite a few things at any given point, end of year, new year, holiday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, if you know you want to sell a bunch of stuff, and you don't want people to be confused about should I get this or should I get this or should I get this, what we're going to do, we're going to build a bundle. That's what the hell we're going to do. We're going to build a bundle, right? I think that was Yandel. I saw your comment. She was like, oh, my God, that last session was so good. I had to go back and watch it again, right? We did the Everything Offer Build a Bundle Challenge, and I'll talk about that with you guys in just a bit. But this is an example. I want you to think about all the goodies that you could put in a bundle, okay? So the Black Friday bundle has, number one, brand new pages. So that daily deals page that I just built out in Canva, you get that, plus you get a few other Canva page designs, right? Templates that you can use. Number one, the Everything Offer Content Kit. I created another template set that's going to help you create your digital products and put them in beautiful PDFs that you can share with your audience. I also said, what's the sexiest thing that people want from me? Me. I'm the sexy thing. I'm the sexy thing. Direct access, right? So putting several, not one, not two, quite a few, 10 one-on-one sessions with me in here. You want to think about the best of the best of the best that you have to offer to your audience, right? And at this rate, with one-on-one sessions at 30 minutes being at least 150 to 200 with me, that's anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 slashed at a significant discount, and it's in something that it's inclusive, right? It's all inclusive. So it's not, oh my God, LaShonda, you got so much stuff going on. Should I pick this one? Should I get this one? Should I get it all? Just get it all. Oh, but I have this one. Okay, but guess what? Do you have the other 15 things in this damn bundle? No. Okay, then still get it. Because it's worth it, right? At the price point and everything that includes. You want to work on an easy, irresistible offer that's going to be comprised of, number one, the sexy stuff. What are the things that you produce that people absolutely love from you? Number two, the new stuff. That's exclusive. They're not going to find it anywhere else. Number one, because it's an original. You're the one who produced it. Nobody else made that thing. Or number two, it's because it's not available in any other product that you've produced. It's new. It's exclusive, right? Number three for me is the RTEs, my annual planning webinar workshop that's happening next month, as well as replays to the one that we did last year in here as part of the experience. Can you add on real-time future experiences to your bundle that's going to beef it up? It's going to add that value and give people the, oh my God, feeling that they want when it comes to you. What's the sexy thing? What's the direct access thing? What's the real-time event? What's the new exclusive, right? What are the bonuses? Now, to be clear, some of y'all are my old G's. Y'all are ride or dies with me. Every week, every month, when I do it, you are here. To be clear, that's a group, right? That's a group. That's my beehive, right? Now, there are people who, y'all check in with me maybe once or twice a year or once or twice every couple of years, and I love you too, right? For those people who may not be ride or dying it with you, but they're customers, they're in your circle, they see the value, how can you give them kind of like a jump start ticket to things that they might have missed? So for me, those are things like the Sister Sense Circle weekly, monthly activities we've been doing throughout the year. The new templates that I've created, I've been creating new templates all year. All of those new templates, the new book store template, the new virtual vaults template, the new magazine template, the new calendar, all the new in there, right? The Wealth Builders Bootcamp that I developed this year, the monthly mastermind that I do twice every single month. How can you give people your best of? What's your best of? Write a list. Oh, I can give them the best of fill in the blank. You trying to figure out how to make a bundle and out of what is Miss Mary Mac? How to make $1 out of 50 cents? You trying to figure out how to make a bundle out of air? Is this right here? Is this right here? What's the best of your stuff? What's a series you've done, right? To produce something that's going to work for you and work for your customers too. And so my Elevate bundle, it is available for a limited time. Number one, you want to make sure that you have LTO, limited time offers. There are small pieces of it. So quite a few of these pieces are available separately, right? The everything offer, the brand kit, clarity calls, all of these things are offered in different places. But for the person who says, I want all of this right now, grab it, right? So you're thinking about your bundle, number one, what you can include, number two, what you can add on, number three. For me, it's being able to give people the opportunity to get into my Susan Sen Circle at a reduced rate. You want to work on having subscription programs. That's something that we're going to do on a deeper level going into the new year. We've touched on it quite a bit this year, simple subscription programs. But for the ladies in my circle who really want to work on building continuity, I want us to get at least a good quarter just into community groups, membership groups, subscription programs, because you need that degree of sustainability in your business, right? And so being able to add it to the cart, right? She has a digital, add it to the cart, right? Real-time experiences, what can you add to this bundle or have it as an add-on if they want to, right? Everyone and their mama is going out in stores and buying all the good goods, right? I am a geeky girl. I'm a web tech girl. I've always liked video games. I always kick myself because the only one that I don't have is the Atari. My friend was going to give it to me, and then she ended up giving it to somebody else, and I was like, of course I could buy an Atari, but I wanted hers. I got the Oculus. Anybody have the Oculus? I actually won one from Samcart, and I decided to redeem the cash and not get the Oculus, but I wanted to be able to use it for some fitness games and things. Now, I really just went to Best Buy just to look because my mini-me wanted some headphones, so I was really in there for him. But I've been actually quietly wanting to get an Oculus for a couple of months now. Now, I went in there. They got all the different versions. I'm just casually browsing. The guy goes, listen, number one, it's $50 off today, just for this weekend. LTO, it's a limited time offer. Then it goes back up to $300. So it's $250 now, it goes back up to $300. Number one. Number two, you're going to get two gifts, right? One of them is 3 months YouTube Premium. I've never used YouTube Premium, but okay. Not really making it or breaking it for me because it's not sexy for me. Then he goes, you're going to get this this head thing, this head device for the unit, right? I was like, how much is that? Oh, that's $50, but you get that for free. So literally I got a $100 discount today. He's like, absolutely. I was like, all right, I'm getting an Oculus today. Right? That'll be my early Christmas gift to myself, right? You want to think about how you can make things appealing to your audience. Now, even though it was somewhat of an impulse buy today, it really wasn't because it was something that I wanted that was in the back of my mind for several months now. This was a good opportunity to get it at the price point and the add-ons that I was getting. What can you add on to your offers to really seal the deal? Like, I was like, $250 versus $300. I don't really got to get it today. I could just suck it up and do $300 later on this year or whatever. But being able to say, oh, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, and I don't have to do anything else but just get it all at once, it just became the no-brainer solution, right? You want to think about what that everything offer is going to look like for your audience, right? And we talked about everything offers in the Build a Bundle Challenge earlier this week, and I want to be able to kind of have you think about that now. So this is not rhetorical, by the way. Hopefully those of you who are here are thinking about if you were to create an everything offer, because to be clear, I am the $7 queen. I am the LPP queen. $1 offer, $7 offer, $5. Those are great. Those are easy for me to produce. When I needed to start leveling up and making bigger products, I didn't know what the hell to do until it made sense to me to build beautiful bundles, BBB, big, beautiful bundles. Literally, you can go from no offer to a low offer to a high offer with the right mindset. Now, I can start off with a $7 solution and then go all the way up to $1,000, right? And I want to be able to show you what that looks like. So building your bundle out, number one, thinking about your add-ons, number two. So right now, I've got, for example, my North Carolina workshop, right? And that happens, I try to do at least 2 of them a year, 2 to 3 if I can pull it out of me, right? It's currently at a discounted rate already, okay, at firestartyouryear.com. That's the January event. I offered a limited time discount for this weekend as a holiday sales promotion, an extra $100 off the discount, right? Can you get that anywhere else? No, you cannot. You have to add it on to this, right? So if you add it on, oh, can I get it for $5? So, no, you can't. It's an add-on. So then look at the price point. It goes up, right? And then I have my done for you services. Again, what's sexy? It's either talking to me or getting me to just do the damn thing for you. I don't want to be sitting up in Canva, LaShonda. You do it for me. You make it pretty. I got you. Print your profits. I'll put together your cover, your design, your notebook, your planner, your workbook. I do it for you. I make it pretty. All right? I got you. Add it to the cart. 444. Listen, you scared to charge, number one. You driving yourself crazy because you're trying to figure out the best price for everybody, and there's no everybody price, okay? There is them figuring out the best price once they put what they want to put in the cart once you have a base foundation. You can go from $1 to $1,000 literally on one page if you learn how to create what I call your own everything offers by building a bundle. So literally, again, I'm a visual girl. I want to be able to break down what I did, the thought process of what I put into here. Some things you can't get, like certain prices, the 100 off of the North Carolina event or the 200 off of the Print Your Profits Done For You services. No, you can't get it separately. Don't ask me. You have to add it on to this. There's a reason why it's adding on to the offer. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. I love to watch documentaries about businesses, right? And I watched this interesting documentary about McDonald's and how when you're going into the drive-thru, and y'all, I don't know if you noticed this, but I notice it when I go to drive-thrus just because of this documentary. When you say, okay, I'll have a cheeseburger and fries. Okay, great. What else would you like? What else would you like? They don't go, okay, pull up. No. When you stop, they keep saying, what else would you like? Or they'll say, oh, would you like to try a smoothie? Would you like to try an apple pie? Would you like to try why? Because they put it in the cart. Put it in the cart. You didn't go there to go and get nobody's apple pie. Well, all of a sudden you get 2 apple pies for $1 and they just told you about it. So you go, oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Just put it in the cart. Just put it in the cart. Just put it in. They were doing upsells before anybody else. We either don't take the sale. We go, ooh, oh, no, you don't got to pay me that much. Oh, ooh, let me drop the price because they're not going to pay that much. Or, Oh, okay, she's ready to buy. She's ready to buy. Okay, let's go to checkout. Don't rush the process. What else do you want? Add it in. What else do you want? Add it in. You need anything else? I got you. What? Oh, okay, okay. Let's add it in. Let's add it in. Okay. You need to stop being scared to get the money that you deserve. So when I say to you right now, we are working on you finishing strong, honey, you got to get that money. December is the best year for most businesses because this is when people are spending money that you want them to spend with you. Think about what you're going to do to intentionally promote and put your offers out there. Daily deals was number one. And I said to you, I want to be able to show you how you can come up with some daily deal offers. Number one, if you want this template, just remember you can just go to sizzlesense.com/daily deals. It's going to take you here so you can see my promotions, but there's also a link to literally go and grab this template and start using it, okay? Super easy to use. I'll actually show you how to set it up in just a second. Half off offers, plus people want some deep discounts, but again, be mindful. Don't just pull damn price points out of your behind just because you think it sounds good. You don't want to cut yourself so much that you don't make a profit. That's a problem, right? So for some of my clients, we literally were sitting down and itemizing what their product or what their offer is going to include to make sure they're not cutting into their profit, especially when it comes to physical products and services. If you're doing too much and you're not getting enough, you're going to have the funky face, right? So one thing to consider, number one. Number two, bundles. How can you go from $1 to $1,000 on one page, strategically putting in the right things into your bundle and or creating a space where you have some really good add-ons around your bundle, right? Number three, let's talk about how you can strategically work on simple sales when it comes to dollar deals, okay? Simple sales. So those are things that you can put together that are like under $10. So things that either are X% off. What are some digital goods that you can share that are X% off, or that are just a dollar deal, a $2, a $3 deal? Now, I want you to think about this. For some of you, you're trying to get in sales, right? And you may be in panic mode or you may be in pressure mode. I want you to go back to the four-figure foundation, which is $100 a day can give you of 100 times to $3,000 for the month. That's the four-figure foundation, right? If you're looking for something to tether yourself to. And if you think about that, if you get a few low-hanging fruit sales on average on a daily basis, that can help you get to that figure. Now, obviously, if you have several products like bundles that are higher price point, you only need a few of those to hit those four and five-figure goals, but you pair them with those low price point products as well. So I will have my $7 offers, $3, $1, $5 offers as entry points. Now, I want you to take a look at two entry point offers. I'm going to break it down for you, and of course, let me know if you have any questions, because right now we're talking about the different types of sales strategies that you should be thinking about when it comes to creating your irresistible offers. Now, one, again, digital products. This one is usually $7. I'm going to click on that, and it is, instead of being $7, it's $3, okay? It's an ebook. It's a closeout, or not a closeout, but a holiday sale, so it's $3, number one. Number two, there are two options. Just get the ebook or sign up to the 7-day challenge. Now, I hate to use the analogy of car salesman, right? But while you don't want to feel like a sleazy car salesman, listen, you do have to use strategies that work, right? And my mini-me, he's got his permit, so now he's looking at cars. He's on the Facebook Marketplace. And those sticker prices that are under $2,000 because he's working on saving up his money are appealing to him, right? You know, we don't want to get him a lemon, but everybody got to start somewhere. Now, why do they put those dealerships, why do they put those crazy low sticker prices? Those are those get you in the door products, right? Leah and I, one of my clients, we were talking about one of the things I said to you guys for your holiday sales. Can you create doorbusters? Things that people go, I want that, right? So Christopher, he's like an electronics eater. Like, I mean, things just don't last as long as they should in his hands. So his earbuds, whatever the hell those things are called, they stopped working, and I had some brand new ones and didn't ever use them. Got my name engraved on the case and everything. Didn't ever use them, so I gave them to him, right? So my hubby, he doesn't use the AirPod ones. He uses something called JLab, and I saw that they were doing a promotion for like a simple earbud for like, it's normally like $30 and it was like $10, right? So I said, well, if they still have it, I'll go pick one up. It's not like the biggest brand, but I don't even use the wireless AirPods. So I'm like, just something that I can stick in my ear when I need it, that's totally fine, right? So Christopher says, I have higher taste. I was like, do you want one? He's like, no. My tastes are a little bit higher than that. I was like, maybe, what if you need like a backup? Now, one day he's going to need a backup, and you go, wish he got that. Now, mind you, I probably don't even end up using these $10 ones. So all of my electronics tend to go back to him. But I say that to say that was a doorbuster because it was something that I don't necessarily need, but it was appealing enough for me to go and grab it, so I did, right? When you think about these dollar deals, they're entry points, and you want to be able to think about, if you are going to put them out, do you have something else that you can attach as an alternative option, right? So once you get people in the door, like again, the doorbusters that was Walmart, okay? We went to Best Buy because he was looking for Beats, and he got his Beats. Now, I wasn't even really going to go to Best Buy, but his dad said to me, if you find the Fire Stick, let me know, because he wants to get the Fire Stick. So I said, okay. I asked Walmart, and they were like, we don't have the Fire Stick. You got to go to Best Buy. Exclusive. Now, when you create bundles, when you create original content, that's an exclusive. You can't go to fill in the blank so-and-so and get my offer. If they selling my stuff, let me know so I can call my lawyer, okay? Your stuff is your stuff. It's an exclusive. I didn't know that I couldn't get the Fire Stick at Walmart. I had to go to Best Buy. Now, mind you, think about it. Because Best Buy exclusively has the Fire Stick, and they had them ranging from $15 to $50 as doorbusters. I left Best Buy spending, I want to say, close to $500 because of the Fire Stick exclusive. I need you to think about this. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? How did you spend close to $500? Well, he bought the Beats. I bought the Oculus. I bought the Fire Stick. You go in sometimes just to browse or with the intention of one thing, and then you leave with 15 things because they get you in the door and coming back for more. What are your dollar deals exclusives? Now, people used to shit on me, for real. Was wondering why, you making us look bad. Why you charging stuff that cheap? Da-da-da-da-da. You need entry point offers. Number one, just to see when they get to the sales page if they want to buy more. But number two, it's easier to sell to somebody who's already bought from you. I have clients who over the years have spent over $10,000 with me because that's their LTV lifetime value. These are offers that you can increase your product per sale depending upon how much they put in the cart from that one sales page. But then if you proactively sell to them over time, they will buy more from you, right? What are those dollar deals, promotions that you can put out there? I get it. It's not going to break your bank. It's not going to make you a millionaire if you selling $2 and $3 and $5. That isn't simply the goal. It's a doorbuster, number one, but also it's an opportunity to convert, number two, and then ultimately to bring more money into your bigger vision. If the 2s and the 3s and the 10s add up to your $100 a day, that's your $3K. That's your 4-figure foundation. And being able to work on 4 or 5-figure goals, that is the goal for most people. They just don't know how to do it. right? So you want to finish this year strong, you have to think about where you're putting your energy, right? Where you're putting your energy. Are you working on whether it be higher ticket or lower ticket offers that can average out to your week by week, day by day, month by month goals? So when I look at the dollar deals page, it is with intention, not just to have things at $1, but more. Also, it's about being able to give people visuals of what you've put together. Okay? Now, how many of you sell on Amazon? I'm curious. How many of you sell on Amazon? Let me know if you sell on Amazon, number one. And number two, do you know what A+ content is? I love the eye icon, the eyes icon. You had me at you don't need Shopify. That's funny. Hey, Elizabeth, I'm in love with digital now. Absolutely. Elizabeth was like, LaShonda, I've been working with you. I've been creating these digital products. I am in love. Yes. Or would that be all? Got you questioning, is that really all? Exactly. They're gonna get you questioning your whole damn life. You went to the fast food restaurant to spend $10, you left spending $50. Just started uploading to PODs on demand. Okay. Just started. Just start is a good start. Now, A+ content, something that it's interesting. They talked about the idea that people are seeing 20 to 30% increase on their Amazon sales pages by adding more A+ content, which basically it boils down to mock-ups. Being able to show, now you know a lot of things, like let's say you want to get a book or something, right? You can do the inside look and actually flip through the book, right? Being able to show people mock-ups of your content increases the sale, right? Show them what's inside of it. Video content. I love that I can embed these videos and take people inside of what I'm talking about. You could literally watch. We did the whole build a bundle challenge a few days ago. You can literally watch it right here and get paid with free. You can't always simply tell people what your product includes and expect it to turn heads. Sometimes you got to show them or tell them in the form of video content. And I've also got a section here where you could strategically add your social media content so that you can get people on your social. All of these links I've linked to Instagram, a combination of live stream, micro videos, and photos that I've put together. Because again, I want those touch points. You want to sell on social? Integrate your social media content more. Don't just hope that people are going to get to your social media page and scroll through. Intentionally take people to the post that you posted. Don't just hope people get to that post. I don't care if you did it 5 weeks ago. Talk about it more. So, for example, if I click this one, 5 projects. So this is me at the hotel here in Greenville. Again, if you do want to come out and hang out with us in North Carolina for the January event, let me know. Number one. Number two, while I'm there, I always intentionally take some time to create content, especially because I don't like getting cute and getting in front of the camera. So I'm dressed up for my mentees. I'm going to get dressed up for these, right? Intentionally take people back to your content. How many of you need to go to your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, your YouTube, scroll through, go grab the link of something you put together, right? So when I look, for example, okay, so this was a training, right? This was a training I did. I could literally click the little arrow icon and then click copy link and send that. Or I can come up here and click the arrow icon, add to my story, right? and then click let me pause, or let me just turn the volume down real quick. Then I can do something like this. I'm going to go to the stickers icon and then click the link icon. And I'm going to say http www.sistasense.com/dollar deals, or no, it's not dollar deals. What is it? Daily deals? Deals. Click here for daily deals. And then I could just put that right here, or using my fingers. That's cute enough. And then hit add to stories. How often y'all go, oh my gosh, I don't do Instagram stories. I don't upload. I haven't uploaded videos in a week. You want to sell on social? Number one, use stories more. Use resharing more. Use the link sticker more. Literally everyone here, I do something called Social in 60, where literally you can do something like that and utilize social media in 60 seconds or under 60 minutes. Literally, at least half of y'all could sit right now, go on your Instagram, go on your Facebook, and reshare something you already did to re-put it back out there. That's proactive selling, right? Something that you can do. I'm going to go through the rest of these, but before I do, I want to pause just to check in and see what you guys are saying in the chat. So does this make sense? Number one, can you think about potentially putting together some deals right now for the holiday season? Maybe some of you do a crazy good dollar deal. Again, it's not about becoming a millionaire by selling the dollar deal. You get them in the door and coming back for more, right? Can some of you build a bundle? I try to give you as much as my thought process when I put my bundles together to see if that could potentially help you, right? And when you're putting your pages together, like the A+ content, are you creating virtual mock-ups or videos to really enrich and enhance the experience of people consuming your content on those sales pages to get them excited about your offers? Real-time experiences, what's coming up next? Whether it be my North Carolina event here, which is in person, or me doing our weekly virtual trainings like this one, and this is this one, and this is the circle. These are real-time experiences. What are some things that you can add onto your calendar? Marketplace money. You can't always think that you are going to be the end-all, be-all for your business. You want more people to see your stuff, then put your stuff out there on other platforms. Poshmark, eBay, Etsy, Amazon. Is it an overnight success? No. Everything is going to take work. But if you want to generate revenue through YouTube, through Amazon, through any of these platforms, you have to actually start to put your content on them. Next is one of my favorite solutions, which is the Gotta Work. Yes, WERK. I love that. The next is one of my favorite sales strategies, the comeback coupon. Come back. You bought something, I want you to come back. I'm going to give you a coupon. Whether you come up with a short list of individuals to reach out to, or you send out a comeback coupon to a segmented list of your previous customers, what can you do to generate new revenue through the use of a comeback coupon? And when you look at the daily deals, you'll notice that when you click, automatically the discounts are there. I don't need anybody having to figure out what to put in where. Make them no-brainer, make them simple. A pre-sale project. I've done quite a few of those, and I will continue to do them, because it gives you an opportunity to jump into putting it out there, getting sales, and completing the offers, testing the waters, see what people are interested in. And then, of course, it's the POD for me, print on demand, so that you're in a space where you can strategically use the different print-on-demand publications out there to have physical versions of your digital content if that is something that you also want to do. So when we look at this list, anything here resonates with you. Who's going to work on daily deals? Whether you get my template or you just knock out some awesome daily deals that you share with your audience. Who's going to work on building a bundle, perhaps setting up a real-time experience for the future, tapping into marketplace money, comeback coupons, pre-sale projects, or print-on-demand products. Let me know what you see here that might resonate with you. Like I said, my goal is to encourage and support you when it comes to finding practical solutions to ending this year strong so that you can start the next one even stronger. So working on a bundle, I love it. I love it. You want to be able to figure out how you're going to go from $1 offer to $1,000 plus, right? Because again, also keep in mind, number one, the low-hanging fruit dollar deals help you to cultivate relationships with customers. It also helps you to reach that bare minimum of averaging $100 a day, right? Number one. Now, on the flip side, having those higher ticket offers, 200, 300, 500 plus, that creates a space where you are intentionally preparing for increasing your profit per sale. If you get two people at 500, that's 1,000, right? You want to make bigger amounts of money faster. Having a balance between high ticket and low ticket can help you do just that, right? I think Levon and I were working on, during her clarity session, coming up with an everything offer, building a bundle, and putting a higher ticket price point on it. This Wednesday, baby, was a day for me. I made 4 lasagnas in between 6 clarity calls that started at 6 a.m. It was definitely a day. And then we left to go to the grandparents after taking, well, Jay took a nap because he was the driver. I wasn't driving. But we left here about 10. They got to the grandparents at midnight, hung out with the family until about 2 o'clock in the morning, and then woke up for Thanksgiving. So I was pretty quiet on the social media streets yesterday, just kind of, I don't know what the word is. I guess family time. It's been a while, but my hubby's sister was like, if my sister-in-law did not make lasagna, I don't know what I was going to do. So I made sure, because it was her birthday, to make her lasagna, make the family lasagna, make the lasagna that stays home, because between Jay and Christopher, if they don't have their own lasagna, it's going to be a problem. Then I had to make a lasagna for the night because nobody is going to smell all that damn lasagna and not want to eat some immediately. So it's usually at least 4 for me. So very, very busy day. But being able to do all of those things within that time period, it's feasible. So helping you figure out the things that you can do within your time, that's my goal. Which bundle has the daily deals templates in it? Oh, that's a great question. So let's go over to this page right here, right? So we're looking at this page right here. If you look for the brand new pages, that's basically my new collection of Canva pages. Daily Deals is in this bundle. But if you get the whole bundle, you get pretty much everything I'm releasing right now during the holiday season. That's the bigger one. Daily Deals is a part of that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I made a short link as well, DDT, Daily Deals Template. I did. That's me. Me and my short links. So if you go to susansims.com/DDT for Daily Deals Template, it's going to take you here to the brand new bundle. Not brand new bundle, that's different. The brand new pages for a collection of Canva page templates that I've put together, that being one of them. Either you can get it by itself, number one, or you can get the whole big kit and caboodle of all the bundles and things that I'm releasing, plus 10 one-on-one sessions with me and some good goods inside the Digital Boss Academy. So there's quite a few things in there for you. So let's come back to projects. Let's go into sales. Now, I did this with the ladies who participated in my most recent training. But one of the things that I've been saying is repetition, baby, is key for me. Being able to create a space where you can learn and learn again these things until they really sink in is important. So here are some sales strategies that you can see on my pages, but you can also think about right now. The first one is good, better, best, right? So, for example, if you look at this page, you see that you can get Brand You as its own bundle, right? Then you see that you can get the Elevate bundle, which is bigger. And you also see that if you can't get the Elevate bundle for a full payment, you can break it up into a payment plan. So good, better, best options so that you can give different people an entry point into what you've put together, right? And I look at good, better, best from different perspectives. One, from price points, so literally being able to create things that are under $10 and create price point payment plans for things that are over $100+. That's number one. Number two, when I go back to this page, right, let me go to the $3 deals. This one here, Moneymakers Monthly. So Moneymakers Monthly is a PDF toolkit full of resources that I distribute to my audience who pay for Moneymakers Monthly on a monthly basis. It's $7 a month. Now, with my holiday promotions, I slashed it to 50% off, which is a way to get new people into the program at literally $350. So you could pay $350 or $850 or $38.50 for the whole year. This I developed in ConvertKit. ConvertKit is great for selling your digital products. This is a subscription-based program, right? So literally you can create your own subscription-based offers in ConvertKit and offer them different levels. You'll see there's a monthly, a quarterly, and a yearly, a good, a better, a best, right? Now it also says, hey, you want these for free? Join me in the Citizen Circle. So those of you who are in the Citizen Circle, when you log into the Digital Boss Academy, just go to Moneymakers Monthly and all the new issues, so long as you're an active member, you go in there, you click, you download them, bam, bam, boom. I gave you the example of the Fire Stick going into Best Buy, literally with the intention of spending $15 to $20 coming out with damn near $500 worth of product. Exclusive offers, door busters, options, right? And so when you look at your holiday sales strategies, are you giving people good, better, best? Are you offering people opportunities to have payment plans? Are you creating subscription programs? Now, my Citizen Circle monthly currently, like I said, is $50 off. So as opposed to $97, there's a reduced rate to get grandfathered into the lower rate, right? But guess what? Even at that lower rate, I understand that there are ladies in my community who may say, I want it, but I can't get it at that rate. So then outside of those live trainings in the Citizen Circle, there's the monthly Moneymakers toolkit so that you can, at your pace, consume templates or watch trainings that I've done if you don't have the means to access those things as we're going through them live on a month-by-month basis, right? So you got to think about, again, I said this a few minutes ago, how can you help your people? How can you make an impact? And what are the different types of people in your group? How can you incentivize getting people into your bigger programs, right? Did I go into Best Buy with the intention of spending $300 something on the Oculus? I did not. But he was like, well, you're going to get this, and you're going to get this, and you're going to get this. And I was like, I got it. All right, I get it. I'm getting it right now. Thank you, man. Thank you, right? The same thing here, right? When I think about how I'm able to get people into my continuity program, into my monthly experience, number one, I put my foot in this damn thing. I'm doing trainings every single week, not so that everybody can do them, but so that you can always find something to do that's going to resonate with you, right? I'm creating something where I'm like, listen, it is going to be $97 a month. If that's not what you want to invest in, sign up at the lower rate. That's an incentive. Creating something where it's got some great stuff in there, access to all my stuff in the Digital Boss Academy, or something like this that you can get at a free add-on, so you don't have to pay for that and this, right? You know what I'm saying? So you've got to really think about the levels to the value of what you've put together. Value ladders. So my value ladders oftentimes will start at that dollar level, this being a 7 or literally right now a $3.50 offer. Okay? And somebody can sign up to this and it's $3.50 a month. Right? But guess what? You get them in the door and coming back for more. I was actually talking to one of my clients, Leah, and we were coming up with doorbusters for her holiday sales promotions. What can you do to create these entry point offers that are going to lead to valuable experiences in the long term for your customers and clients? Okay? Food for thought. So let's go back to these sales strategies. Good, better, best, number 1. Low scarcity, high, number 2. Limited time offers. Quite a few of these offers are limited either by quantity or by time or by both. So one of my clients, she said to me, you know what, I really want to do this reduced rate, but I'm scared. I was like, well, why are you scared about this? Because it's really low, LaShonda. And usually when anybody ever put a sale out there and you're like, oh my God, I want people to buy, but I'm going to cringe every time I see people buy my thing at this price point because I know it's worth so much more, right? Those instances, unless you're, hopefully you're not cutting into expense costs because you never want to do that. But in those experiences, you do have to think about, while sometimes you may eat a little bit of the profit, it's because you want something more, a deeper relationship. You want them to buy other things. It's like, the bigger vision, right? So I said to her, okay, let's do this, because if you have some anxiety around this price point, cap it. Use the low scarcity, high strategy. You're going to start off with this low price point number, but you're going to limit it to 2 things: a certain number of days and a certain number of people. And then you say, hey, whichever one of these comes first, once it's gone, is gone, either because the date expired or we hit the number of capacity. So if you say how many you're willing to bring into your offer at this price point, as opposed to having the anxiety of, God, oh my God, what if everybody buys at this price point? You cut it off. It's appealing, but only to a certain amount of people. Like doorbusters. During the holidays, when people are like, hey, you're going to come in and get this thing, we open it at 7 o'clock this morning. First come what? First serve. Don't come at me at 2 o'clock asking me if it's still here. They are what? Gone. It starts off at a low price point. You clearly articulate the scarcity, whether it be time or in quantity, and then after that time period or quantity, you raise the price to a higher number. Low scarcity, high. Sales strategy, number 2. Number 3, upsells, downsells, cross-sells. Upsells, downsells, cross-sells. So what are you going to say? Add on. Put it in a cart. Put it in a cart. Put it in a cart. What else do you want, right? Or if they don't want those things, what is the alternative? I know my community. I know there are people who need to be in This Is in Circle, but not everybody can be in This Is in Circle. So what can I create for them? Again, how best can you help the people who you want to serve? You need to answer that question. I don't know if she's still here, but one of the ladies in the circle, Simona, said, why did I schedule my call with you earlier? I was sitting here racking my brain about this thing. Get on a damn call with me so we can talk about how to make this thing better for you. Literally, if all you need is 10 calls with me, the Elevate Black Friday bundle is beyond worth it. Because you're not going to get all them calls from me without getting it in this type of reduced rate bundle. So that if you are having difficulty figuring out how to produce your upsell, your downsell, what offer to put out, what to put in your bundle, these are resources that I've created to help you with those challenges. If you're working on annual offers like $47 a month or $470 for the year, to be clear, they get 2 months for free. How can you incentivize that particular offer? Not just as a monthly thing, but them paying in bulk. Now, let's talk about bulk for a second, right? Number one, there are just high ticket offers. So I was getting some towels at Walmart. They had like the regular degulas, and then they had the luxury brand, right? Number one, you could invest your time and energy into creating premium, luxury, high ticket experiences. But then other ways that you can increase your profit per sale is by either, number one, putting together your bundles, right? Or number two, annual offers. So you're getting hundreds versus dollars, or thousands versus hundreds, depending upon what you put together. Creating friends and family promotions that you give to your previous customers so they can get more of their people to see you. You want more of them, right? Have them promote you. What kind of friends and family promotions can you put together for the holiday season? And then last but not least, gift cards and gift this options. People will buy your gift cards. I was really tempted. I didn't do it, though, only because I was like, listen, I done spent way more money than I was supposed to spend today. At some point, we were waiting for my order at Best Buy, so we went walking around the plaza, and there was bubble tea. And, of course, Mini-Me goes, I want some bubble tea. So we get in there, and they're like, oh, goodness, the screen flipped. We get in there, and they're like, listen, get $20 gift cards from us, and we'll give you a free bubble tea. And I was like, these damn things are like $5. I might as well just get the gift card, and then he'll get a free bubble tea today. I was like, no. Like, I really, really, really was on the brink just for that little $20. But now is the time to not only sell your offers, but sell gift cards and or gift this purchase, which is a feature that isn't on every platform. But, for example, if I would go over to my Samcart pages, you'll notice that the option here for people to be able to pay for it but then gift it to a friend is available, which is something that is a pretty cool feature too. Different ways for you to be able to make your offer appeal to different people at different price points, or create spaces where people can gift your products to others with the help of gift cards and or gift order options, okay? So these are some holiday sales promotion ideas that I want to be able to share with you. I'm going to pause for a second just to show you some of the templates, wrap up with our final piece. And, of course, if you have any questions about this Finish Strong training, feel free to let me know. Now, before I go into some examples, just to kind of quickly recap today, we've been talking about a few things. Number one, how can you really rock out the end of the year? Challenging yourself to get clear about the offers and or the orders, investments. Where do you want your money to come in? Where are you going to strategically put your money out? That was challenge number one. Number two, if you find that there's a lot you want to do, but realistically you feel kind of like you want to drag your feet because you don't think you're going to get it all done, how can we create practical projects with size and in structure? Starting points, we talked about that. Number two. Number three, I wanted to be able to share with you different projects, promotional projects that you can work on right now, building bundles, real-time experiences, pre-sales, comeback coupons. These are some things that I tend to do. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know this, but if you go over to SizzleSense.com/stay paid, you can download my ebook. And this particular ebook is currently available as part of my 11/11 that I extended and left. I had my 11/11 promotion, and I just decided to leave it up there for a while. But if you get it while it's still here, this is a really cool guide. It talks about different things that I do on a week-by-week, month-by-month basis to stay paid. Or you can get the bundle, which has the Stay Paid, Stay Positive, and Stay Productive ebooks. That you get all three of them. It's a series, right? So working on different series, working on bundles, and or getting strategies, just like what I'm talking to you about today inside of those resource guides, especially those of you who want to work on your productivity. The Stay Productive guide is good for that. Versus and or getting paid, my sustainability strategies are in the Stay Paid guide number 2. Okay. Then, of course, the holiday sales marketing strategies that, honestly, independent of the holidays, you can do any day. I wanted to be able to share some of these with you as well. Hopefully, those are helpful. Rhonda says, okay, I'm going to schedule my damn call. Yes, that's what you need to do. You need to check in, schedule your calls. And those of you who need to get some calls, definitely take a look at the Elevate button. So I'm actually going to show you some of the PDFs that I've put together outside of the Canva pages so that you can see some of the things that you can do with some of these new templates that I've put together for you. So let's go over to my Drive real quick, like that. And let's look at the Elevate bundle. So I just really love this cover design because you can really make it pop and either using your photos or stock photos and, fill it out. You've got 7 different cover designs to choose from, number 1. But then outside of that, number 2, you can put either 3 things per page, 5, or up to 7. So you can choose the design of the page that you like. I will show you what they look like in a second. This is my everything offer template, okay? And then you have pages where you can have mock-ups of other things you want people to see, perhaps your newsletter, your programs, your lead magnets, your digital products, as well as other products and services that you want to recommend to them. Kind of like, hey, you might also like fill in the blank, right? So this is a physical, well, not physical, but this is a real life example of the everything offer template. Like I said, I just want to show you the 2, well, not all of them, but just 2 of them. And then we'll come back and wrap up with the last part of today. If I can minimize this screen, that would be great. Okay. So we've been talking about building bundles. Yes? All right, let's do it. The everything offer template. Okay, let's take a look at this, right? Oh, wait, no, this isn't the actual template. This is the guide. Okay, I think this is the template. There are quite a few guides in here. Yes. So this is the everything offer template. Those of you who go, I want to sell digital products, I want to sell packages, I want to put everything in the kitchen sink in there. So I can make a $47 offer, $97, $297. What is going to be in your bundle, number 1? And here's the kit that I put together for you. There are 2 styles. This is one of them. Like I said before, you get different covers to choose from. And then you can decide if you want to have like a welcome page. Now, some of the people that I work with say, LaShonda, I do want to create products, I do want to create bundles, but I don't have a lot of stuff to actually put in a bundle. So having pages where you can limit it to 3 items, you put what the names are, and then you link to them in the document. So if you want to give them PDFs, if you want to give them videos to watch, audios, printables to download, what if you an order form. So for example, some of you have physical products. Maybe you want to say, click this form, fill it out, and then I'll send you ... in the mail once I have your address. Whatever you want to link to as part of your bundle, you can do that with the everything offer template that I put together here, right? So whether it be 3, 5, or more, you can then have a recommendations resources page. And again, the document that I showed you, all I did was switch out the colors, the photos, and drag and drop the images. That's it, okay? So you're not belaboring the process of creating a professional document with everything in your digital bundle that you want people to have. I've never put together, I have something called my Power PDF that I use and I give to clients so that they can make their digital products. I've never put it together in this design, though. So for those of you who are like, man, I really wish I had a more polished resource to be able to link all my digital stuff and put it in here, the next one is on steroids. Because I'm really intently listening to my clients who want to be able to showcase multiple products. So there are 2 versions of the everything offer. The other one you can showcase, like for summit speakers, you can showcase your book covers, your magazines, you can showcase your podcast audio episodes, like I mentioned before with Amazon A+ content. Mock-ups increase sales by 20 to 30% because the visuals are popping. And when people see my bundles and they pay when they pay $500 for a bundle from me, or $100 or $200, a lot of times the visuals is what takes it over the top. So being able to have, this is the starter set, or the full set of these everything templates that you can design. You can put information about your social media links in there too. There are quite a few header variations for you to choose from, and then you can pick the style that works for you. Some people don't have stock photos or images that they like, so something simple with either laptops or something simple like this one with the keyboard and the AirPods. Clean. You change the colors, you put in the photos you want, whether they're your photos or client photos, you're off to the races, okay? So being able to get your hands on this, use the pages that you want, design it, put your links in, turn it into a PDF, sell it to your clients. That's the goal, okay? That is ultimately the goal. You save it as a PDF, number one. And number 2, as I mentioned before, these are just 2 of the templates that I have released. The other one that I wanted to show you was the Daily Deals template. It's one of 5 in that set. And this is all pages. So one page is just this little section right here. And then you can edit that. Then you can add in pages where you can showcase your physical products or digital. As you can tell, I'm a digital girl, so I don't have a lot of physical stuff. I do have some physical things, but I'm mainly focused on selling my digital products and my virtual events using this section here. And it works both in a regular tablet, laptop style, landscape, or mobile view, right? Being able to showcase your recent blog or social media content. Do you need all of these sections? Absolutely not. You literally can just keep the sections you want, delete the ones you don't want. Same thing with the social media logos. Keep what you want, delete what you don't. Or each of these is the circle in the back and the icon on the front. You can literally delete the icon on the front and put another one. If you want to put TikTok, if you want to put Twitter, you can switch out what you see here as well, right? And then with the new Canva Pages design, you can go to preview and then literally see what it looks like as a website, both as a traditional style or as a mobile style, which I love. You can do both. Number one, you can see what it looks like with navigation, which is the menu at the top, or without navigation. So you can structure it in different ways. Then you publish the website, give it a URL, you're done. No hosting company, no extra payments, everything through your Canva account. Like I said, the only exception is with these pages, there's only but so much you can do in Canva. You can't directly sell and take payments inside of Canva, or capture people's emails inside of Canva. But I've put it together in such a way that you can create key eye-catching buttons and links, like a link for them to subscribe, join your community, sign up to your email newsletter. So the same things that you would see on a traditional website, those graphical elements are here for you to link to, okay? So just wanted to share some of those examples with you. As I mentioned before, if you're looking for any of these things, the easiest thing to do is simply go to sistasense.com/daily deals. The everything template, the everything offer template that you saw is currently exclusively available as part of my Elevate bundle. Eventually, I will be selling it as a standalone offer, but right now it's a part of the bigger bundle. If you go to sistasense.com/everything for that everything kit that I just showed you, it's a part of this Elevate bundle, and then it will be a standalone offer, but it just is not yet. Okay. Any questions about these, feel free to ask me now and or via email or chat. And I'm going to check the chat in just a second. But before I do, let's go back into the final part of our Finish Strong training for today. And like I said, hopefully these strategies are helpful to kind of get you into a headspace of how can I make the most of the time that I have left without belaboring whatever time has gone, okay? Because we can't lament the past. We just have to learn from it, be strategic, and move forward for the future, okay? Love it. Would love to see the summer speaker template. Where can I purchase that one? It's a part right now. The whole thing is a part of the Elevate Black Friday bundle. It's all a part of that one big bundle. I'll show you the PDF because it's done. It's just in that bundle. I would be selling it separately once I've ended the holiday sales promotions that I'm working on right now. But the PDF for the everything offer, okay, so there are two levels. The one level is the starter kit with the 47 pages that I just showed you. And then the second level is the one that has the other one for the podcast pages and the speaker summit and all the things. So when you purchase the Elevate bundle, you get all the things in there. One of them is the Everything Offer Content Creation Kit. I will be selling it as a standalone offer. I just am not doing it right now. It's exclusively a part of that bundle. But when you sign up, the kit includes the first template, which is the one that I just showed you, which is 47 pages. And then the second template, which I'm not diving into now because I just like surprises and sneak peeks. So that's the other one. And then then it's going to have video tutorials, a playlist. So as I'm teaching people how to set up these pages in the future, there's a playlist to watch those video tutorials, plus some bonus content. My lead magnet starter kit for anyone who doesn't have it. It's a great complement to this new content creation kit. Plus, I did a fabulous training on 12 ways to repurpose your content. And anyone who's looking to build a bundle really should know how to get better at repurposing content. So those are bonuses inside of this. Eventually, again, this will be a standalone offer in two levels, either just getting the initial starter kit version that I showed you, or the VIP, getting that plus the second one, plus the other things that you see here in this guide. Any other questions about that, of course, feel free to let me know. Those of you watching on the replay side, you can always email me or send me a voice message. You're welcome. So 10 days of doing. Now, I've got something called 100 days of doing, intentionally working on 100 days of productivity. It's a part of my Finish Stronger end of year challenge. But I said, you know what? I want to take a piece of that, like a tenth of that, and motivate you to end this year stronger by identifying something, one thing you can intentionally do over a 10-day period. Now, this is just a few recommendations. You don't have to do any of these. You can find something else that might resonate more with you. But number one is daily deals. I always say you ain't selling because you ain't selling. If you want to practice selling, strip away at all the things that you think is so overly complicated about selling, and then every single day drop a daily deal. Intentionally work on 10 days of daily deals. Or consultations. You want more coaching clients, do more consultations, do discovery sessions, get on the phone, talk to people, get that first call out the door, and get them what? Coming back for more. 10 days of consultation. Say, listen, I have put these dates in my schedule, and I am taking on, listen, I am dropping my rates. I am doing XYZ free introductory sessions or reduced rate sessions. You want them to come in, get to work. TikTok and Reels. Rev up your efforts. You're like, man, I need to do more videos, more short form content. I did my TikTok and Reels challenge, which is an actual challenge that I have available for download. Before I did that challenge, I did 10 days. I did 10 videos a day for 10 days because in 10 days I wanted to have 100 new videos on my social media platforms in the form of micro content. Go big, go home. Don't say it's not working if you ain't working it. I always say you can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both. I can't do 10 videos every day for infinity, but I can give myself a micro project to do intentionally over an extended period of time. Now, the 100-day challenge is one thing. We also have the Fresh Start 30-day challenge. That's a whole other thing. But this one is an even smaller version for those of you looking to intentionally carve out at least a few days to knock out one thing that matters to you. Live stream. I remember one year, for over a year, I went live every single day faithfully. My personal challenge for myself this year was every single Sunday to do my 6 a.m. Sunday Circle sessions. I started those last year, October, November. I'm still doing them every Sunday, 6 a.m., whether we are driving from Myrtle Beach, whether I am at the airport going to Jamaica. At 6 a.m., baby, it's the Sunday Circle for me. I create these micro challenges because they keep me in a space where I intentionally pick a project and I do what I need to do to stick to it. You can't commit to a year yet, or you can't commit to 100 days yet. Can you commit to 10? Going live every day for 10 days, maybe once a day or multiple times a day. Doing YouTube videos for 10 days, maybe one or two. Email marketing, putting time into sharing your email content. One of the things that I like to do is put together different email sequences. One year I did, because I do different versions of 12 days of X. One year I did 12 days of lessons learned. So for 12 days, I shared the lessons I learned that year throughout the year, both as blog content on my blog, but then I also sent out short emails with those lessons learned, right? Daily deals, lessons learned. There are lots of things that you can do using the 12 days. And like I said, those of you in the Success Circle, if you're looking for the 12 ways to do 12 days, just check in with me and I'll let you know where to go. That's exclusively as part of the Success Circle monthly program. It's also in the Wealth Builders Bundle, the Boss Up Edition. There's a whole section on holiday marketing and sales for those of you who have the Wealth Builders Bootcamp, the Boss Up Edition, which I believe is the biggest level of that particular bootcamp. Or Getting Social in 60. Literally, I did a few things on social media today, or just gave you several suggestions. Some of these things take less than 60 seconds or under an hour. Devoting time to intentionally work on your social media content, one platform in particular, for 10 days. Now, again, this is not the end-all, be-all. There are other things that you can do, but I wanted to give you a short list. Pick something to intentionally work on over a 10-day period, and if you can do that, do a little bit more, see where it takes you. Okay? So, hopefully that's helpful. Any questions or comments about that? Now is the time to ask, and you shall receive. receive. Any other extra help, as I mentioned, right now I do have the Elevate bundle with pretty much all the good goods I'm sharing right now over at SusanSense.com/elevate. You can go to the Daily Deals page for now over at SusanSense.com/daily deals if you want to take advantage of any of those resources on the page or see how you can use that template to put together your own Daily Deals page. And of course, last but not least, I am lovingly working on custom Canva pages so that outside of having a web or graphics designer like myself, you can have some templates that will going to help you create some pretty professional, polished pages of your own over at SusanSense.com/BUP for brand new pages created by yours truly. So I'm going to check the chat just to see any final questions or comments from you guys. I truly, truly hope today's Finish Strong, Start Stronger training was helpful and that you can find some strategies to get intentional about your next best steps. Like I said, if you can work on holiday sales right now for Black Friday all the way up to Cyber Monday, lovely. That's number one. If not, don't feel like you need to rush. Number two, intentionally work on those things that you can put out for. Number two, the end of year sales time period. Outside of that, if you want a little bit more time, give yourself the grace and space to craft some offers that you can pre-sell that and then release over the course of the new year during January or February. 1, 2, or 3, which of those buckets, maybe all 3, are going to work for you. Again, just take this as an opportunity to dig into. You're never late, always divine right timing. You didn't miss anything. If you had to pause or if things have taken a little bit longer, remember, delayed but not denied. The only thing that's going to stop you is you, right? I love the saying, the only way to fail is to quit, right? So just change your perspective. See that you have the grace and the space and the opportunity to continue or to get back on track if you need to. Finish strong and start stronger, right? So God bless. I truly, again, thank y'all so much for joining me today. Anything else, make sure that such a great session. Thank you for joining. Very timely. So good to see you here, Don. Anything else, feel free to email SusanSense@gmail.com, or when you're on the SusanSense.com website, click the gray tab on the right to send me a voice message. Friendly reminder, if you're not in our ongoing Susan Sense Circle, now is the time to join so that you can participate in my pop-ups like this one or our weekly, if not monthly, Susan Sense Circle sessions. All right, y'all. Till next time, take care. Mwah. Bye.